All right. Hey gang. Oh my gosh, it's happening. We're here. It's on. It's on. What am I, 1,000 years old? It's the podcast. And as you know, we are on video now. Despite me dragging my feet in the sand for years. But listen, I can evolve. I can accept it. I haven't decided. Because okay, so this is a one-on-one this week because we have so much to go over and we just have a lot to talk about. I haven't decided if I look to camera because when we have a guest, I look at the guest, which would be like this. But now you're people have said it's creepy when I look to camera on Zoom, but I'm like, well, what the fuck? You know what? I'm gonna do it. You know what? I'm gonna look wherever the fuck I want. We have a lot to talk about this week. I have my beverage ready. I like calling them beverages. Um I probably didn't think of that, but that's what I like to call them. And then a new thing is every day I like to have a fun-sized peanut M&Ms because it makes me happy. And they say about like I've never had a sweet tooth, but maybe that's changing. I like what I don't have a sweet tooth. I like chocolate and I like peanut M&Ms. And you know what I like to do is put them in the fridge. You got to fridge your M&M. It's there's something about them being chilled that's quite nice. Um and that's what I like to have. You know what they say but about like candy and chocolate and stuff is that like if you don't like make it like a forbidden thing, then you crave it much less. That being said, now I have M&Ms every day. So, but whatever, I do the ab roller. It's fine. Hey, quick thing I want to plug before I forget. First of all episodes of the show are now airing on Zoom. What? Zoom? YouTube. We have a YouTube channel. Super Excited Pod YouTube channel, brand new. I think we have like -1 followers. So follow us on YouTube. And you could watch, I don't know why people want, but you can watch the podcast on YouTube now. Full episodes. Maybe that's where you're watching it right now. I am going to glance down because I do have the set list. I have the topics that we need to cover. The first thing I wanted to mention is that this coming, okay, so not this coming Monday, but Monday, February 16th, I'm doing stand up on a show called Corks. That's my friend, very funny comedian Bo V's show. Bo was on just this podcast just a few weeks ago, and Bo hosts a monthly show at the clubhouse in here in Los Angeles in the Los Feliz area on Vermont. And Bo's been doing the show for a few years now. I know they were talking about it when they were on this podcast. I typically do the show once a year around this time, and it's such a blast. Bo, as I mentioned, was one of my openers for my special, and the reason that I asked them to do that was because Bo is such a good host, MC, makes everyone feel like they belong there, makes the audience feel good. So Quarks and it's a free show. It's donations only. You're encouraged to donate if you do attend, but very, very fun. Very much looking forward to that. I'll be doing a 10-minute set. And we won't be talking about the Super Bowl today because it hasn't happened yet. So I've been in heat essentially all week long, thinking about Bad Bunny, dreaming about Bad Bunny, thinking more about Bad Bunny. Did you guys see at the Grammys? Why did I just pronounce the Grammys like I had that was like a Moira Rose accent. We'll get to that in a second. Sabrina Carpenter of the Grammys was looking at Bad Bunny when he won Album of the Year like she was in heat, and she licked her lips, I believe, and there are memes that are like, get you somebody who looks at you the way Sabrina Carpenter looks at Bad Bunny. If they haven't fucked yet, I think that's an attainable goal for Bad Bunny. God, he's so sexy. And like just the fact that like MAGA is so triggered by him, it makes him so much sexier because he flies above it. And what he means to Puerto Rico and what he means for Latinos and Latinas in this country, and he won Album of the Year at the Grammys, and so well deserved. I mean, he's the biggest star in right now, and the music's so fucking good, and it's like for somebody who makes really fun music, he also has so much substance. And I said we weren't going to be talking about the Super Bowl, and now, but you get me started on Bad Bunny. Um, I have the joke in my act about how I'm engaged to Bad Bunny, but I'm not. But I wish I was. And I need someone to look at me the way that Sabrina Carpenter looks at Bad Bunny. Preferably Bad Bunny. I would like Bad Bunny to look at me the way that Sabrina Carpenter looks at him. That sounds like that'll happen. So fucking much has happened, you guys. I was devastated to learn about the passing of comedic genius, legendary movie star, television star, just everyone's movie mom, Catherine O'Hara. You guys, I cried like multiple times, ugly cry. And it was quickly apparent that what I was experiencing was something that so many other people were experiencing. And, she is such a legacy, such an incredible career from SCTV, Home Alone, all the Christopher Guest movies like Best in Show and Waiting for Guffman. And then she got to have this incredible award-winning, Emmy-winning cultural hit moment as Moira Rose on Schitt's Creek. And now knowing that that was towards the end of her life, because she was only 71 when she passed, which is young. You're not supposed to die then. And it's just I'm so glad that she got her flowers, and she was so celebrate. And if she had just been the mom in Home Alone, that would have been awesome. And just the movie of my childhood, so many of our childhoods. But her career was so much more than that. And she was so funny, but she was so kind and so real and so humble. And I really, she's got these, she was Irish Catholic, originally from Canada. And she's got these Irish eyes. She had these Irish eyes that sort of remind me of my mom and the women in my family. And when I grew up watching Home Alone. Like that's why I say like she was really like our movie mom. So maternal, so talented, so iconic, and I was not prepared. And I know a lot of people responded this way too. I was a wreck that day, and subsequently. And then Julie Louis-Dreyfus re-aired her podcast episode that she had when she had Catherine O'Hara on about a year ago. And, she was reflecting on age and her life and her career at the time. And you don't know, did she know she was sick then? Or, I think a lot of people were surprised because they didn't know she was ill. Her last public appearance was at the Emmys this past September. And she was such a talent, and she seemed like such a great human. And what a loss. What a fucking loss. But it's like what a body of work, and she influenced so many people, and she just clearly had a career that one could only dream of. And so it's hard to, as you get older and as, when you're younger, it's sort of like you just experience a lot more loss as you get older. And I know that I didn't know her personally, but I know a lot of people who feel like this was a personal loss. And yeah, it just speaks to how you gotta make the most of the time that we do have, and that this idea that everybody gets to live deep into their 80s, like it's just another. I know we know that, but that's not true. But fuck, bro, fuck. Pour one out for Catherine O'Hara, saint, comedy legend, genius. And then a lot of other crazy shit happened this week. So Don Lemon the Department of Justice arrested Don Lemon, ironically, for allegedly infringing on freedom of speech, except for the fact that they're the ones arresting a journalist because they don't like his politics and they don't like what he was covering. It was the most insane thing I ever saw, and I was like, "Oh, okay, so we're at that level of fascism now, where they're arresting the journalists," and I was very upset about it. Um, but but I relaxed a little bit when Dawn emerged when he was released, triumphant, defiant, and clearly ready for the moment. Of course, I was like, how long until I get to remind everyone that Don Lemon follows me on Instagram? Let's make it about me. Um, but Dawn, what was nice was that Dawn, when he was emerged from the courthouse, he was ready to be handed the mic and for the moment, for okay, he is the perfect journalist for this to happen to, because he knows how to tell his story and expose the hypocrisy and shine a light on this fascist government that's trying to silence and intimidate journalists. But what everyone was talking about on social media was Dawn's husband. Whew. The hot take has been, find you a man who, if these motherfuckers try and arrest you under some shitty, no good circumstances and some bullshit charges. Don Lemon's husband looked so goddamn hot, and he had this mean mug on, and he came and collected his man. And Don had this face, this like sort of like this face of like, yeah, I know, it's hot. Everyone was talking. It was giving very Kevin Costner in The Bodyguard, and Don was like, I know, isn't it hot? So shout out to Don Lemon's fucking husband. Holy smokes, that was hot, hot, hot energy. And Trump sucks ass, and he's a fascist, and they're fucking horrible. Yeah. Okay. So Don Lemon gets arrested. He still follows me on Instagram, and he's going to fight those charges. And I hope he sues. I hope it's great for Don's career, and I hope he sues the shit out of Trump. Then big shakeups in daytime TV. My girl, Sherri Shepherd, comic genius, legend, icon. I've been following Sherri since before I was in stand-up comedy. Sherri Shepherd has a lot to do with why I am in comedy. I think she's one of my favorite comics. She's a great human, and she has such an incredible career. She was co-host of The View for 8 years. She starred as Tracy Morgan's wife, Angie Jordan, on 30 Rock, which I can't believe she doesn't have an Emmy for, because she stole the show. And then 4 years ago, when Wendy Williams became unable to continue doing her show, Sherri finally got her own talk show. And that talk show's been on for the last 4 years. And on Monday, it was announced that the show will not be renewed for a fifth season. Very shocking, because Sherri has had big guests like Michelle Obama and Oprah, and Sherri's had very strong ratings. And nobody is better at hosting a talk show than Sherri Shepherd. It was quite shocking that the show will not be renewed. It speaks to the very changing landscape of network television. If Colbert can get canceled because Trump's FCC doesn't like his politics, nobody's safe. I think it's a bullshit move, and they did not. I don't think it was handled well by the production company that syndicates Sherri's show. I don't think she was given an opportunity to break the news herself. It was announced for her. It was very weird. All of it smells no good. Then, of course, Sherri finds out not only is her show canceled, but she has COVID. So, Sherri Shepherd, you're probably not listening, but we love you, and I love you. And when I was in college, Sherri had a sitcom on, was it on Lifetime? Or it might have been on anyway, it was a cable sitcom. And this was when she was on The View, and I was at NYU, and me and my friend Tara went to a taping of Sherri. It was also the name of the sitcom. And it was the first sitcom taping I'd ever been to, attended. And I had tweeted at Sherri that I was going to be there, and she stopped in the middle of the taping to say hi to me. Like she's just sh- it's Sherri and I aren't like close personal friends that vacation together, but like there have been times in comedy and other that we've crossed paths in the past, and uh, she's always been so nice to me. So I just, I love you, Sherri, and this feels very unjust and uh, fucked up. And then it was the same day that Kelly Clarkson announced that she will not be returning for an eighth season of her talk show. A little bit different because Kelly got to make that announcement herself, but also in this case, Kelly's walking away from her show. Not entirely surprising. Kelly Clarkson is sort of, I mean, she's a pop star, first and foremost. She's an American Idol. And Kelly just sort of fell into the talk show host game because she's so good on TV and she's the greatest personality and she's so likable. Tara and I also attended a taping of the Kelly Clarkson show very long ago. But Kelly Clarkson has always sort of had this, ooh, but I'm a musician first. And what's been so brilliant about the talk show is that she opens every episode of her talk show singing a cover. And a lot of those covers go viral. It's a great way to set her show apart. Her show has enjoyed very, very high ratings, but there you could always tell Kelly was like, she's a rock star in a 9 to 5 essentially, and a 9 to 5 which I would fucking I actually had a dream that I was. This is how delusional I am. I had a dream that I was asked to be the new host of the Kelly Clarkson show. I hate when people say let that sink in, but let's just sit with that. Hey, Rory, will you be Rory? We want you to be the host of the Kelly Clarkson show. What the fuck? Like, who? My delusions of grandeur are just wild. But then there's a little part of me that's like, well, the time slot's open. But yeah, I think in this instance, Kelly's ex-husband passed away of cancer in the past year. And so she's like, I got to be with my kids. And I think the talk show grind is a grind. And I think she probably just wants to get back to music, which is her main love, and be a good mom. And so I did want to be a guest on the Kelly Clarkson show at some point because I love her too. I voted for her in American Idol, by the way. We go way back. I have to burp. But see, unlike other podcasts, I don't make mouth noises into the fucking mic. Don't you hate when people like? I'm not even going to imitate it because my misophonia will be so triggered. Like eat or drink or make mouth noise. No, it's stupid. It's annoying. I'm not going to do that to you. So Kelly's show is ending, and but I think Sherri and Kelly will end their seasons. They'll finish their seasons, but quite shocking. Also shocking in the news, the whole thing about Savannah Guthrie's mother. I've been following. I'm not a true crime person, but like all of it seems weird and off. They still don't. So Savannah Guthrie co-hosted the Today Show. Her mother was kidnapped. They have no suspects. This was a week ago now. No one knows what the fuck happened. Trump's involving himself in a way that seems very suspicious. And what I don't understand is they don't know anything except they know that she was taken against her will, except that they don't know anything else. So, oh my God. Okay. I'm getting alerts about Bad Bunny and this timing is fucked, but whatever. We don't know who the fuck took Savannah Guthrie's mother, elderly mother, and what they want, and if hopefully she's alive and well, but she's on this medication that she has to take every day, and she might not have the medication, and it's all very sus. I have to take a sip of my beverage. I'm gonna keep saying beverage. Ooh, it's a vodka soda, and it's a little bit strong, but that's how we like it. Hey, okay. Also, holy smokes, we should have led with this. Mariah at the Olympics, you guys. When I knew Mariah had the gig, but I sort of didn't realize how big the gig was because I forget how big the Olympics is. And like I always like to have like I always like vaguely watch the Olympics. Like kind of, but not really. But uh like I don't know things, but I like to be tangentially attached. But Mariah doing the opening ceremony is a huge deal. I mean, it's kind of like I was gonna say, like, doing the Olympics opening ceremony is kind of like doing the Super Bowl in terms of like how many people globally are watching. Like, it's a huge gig. It's a big, high-profile moment. And Mariah opened it singing. She did a medley. The first song was in Italian, which is this like very famous Italian song, very beautiful. And then she went into her song from her most recent album, Here for It All. It's called Nothing Is Impossible. And it's a very beautiful song, and it's perfect for the Olympics because it's about overcoming obstacles and achieving your dreams. And whether it's Mariah's song Hero or Make It Happen, or Mariah has a huge catalog of You Can Do It songs. Um, and to be quite honest, I don't think I would have had such lofty ambitions of my own if I didn't have Mariah in my ear all the time, being like, "Baby, you if you believe in yourself enough and know what you want, you're gonna make it happen." Um, Fuck yeah, that feels good. So, and it's nice that this song from the new album is getting such a global look. And she comes out. She sounds beautiful. I had all kinds of people hitting me up. People who like to, you know, make sarcastic remarks about Mariah and aren't always the biggest obsessive fans of her. Be like, that was great. That was really a great performance, and unanimously praised. And that's my baby girl. And I of course had to make the joke that people at the Winter Olympics wear way too many clothes. It's way too much clothing at the Winter Olympics. They're all bundled up. Now, Summer Olympics, I enjoy the men's swimming. I enjoy that very much. I enjoy those outfits. But that's oh my God, the skiers and all these coats. Ugh. So I thought it was a perfect fit for Mariah to come out with her legendary rack and keep some balance at this thing. So Mariah also there was this big tribute to her around the Grammys for Music Cares, which honoring her philanthropy, not her philandering, her philanthropy, her charitable work, and a bunch of artists sang covers of her song. There was this huge concert. Everyone sang Mariah's songs. It was great, except weird because some of the like I wasn't expecting Kesha to be on a Mariah tribute, but Kesha seems like a lovely girl and like a great hang and a good friend. And it was just there were some interesting booking choices, but Mariah seemed to have a great time. And then she flew to Italy and did the Olympics. And it's really cute to watch. I like watching Mariah's kids, the twins, be really supportive of their mom because they're 14. They're teenagers. Like that's the time when like your parents aren't cool. But like it was always sort of important to me that they like not that they weren't going to understand her significance, but like they're really cute about being supportive of her. So it was cute to watch them watch their mama. Um, and then so that was Grammy weekend. The Grammys, I've only seen clips, but there were a lot of great stuff I liked. A lot of great political messages coming. I was really happy to see artists like Kehlani and Billie Eilish and Bad Bunny use the platform and use the moment to speak out against ICE, speak out against this government, speak out against hate. And, Billie Eilish with the no one's illegal on stolen land, fuck ICE. She's got big, and then that fucking loser Jake Paul comes after her. Hope talking shit about like defending ICE like a fucking loser. By the way, remember when we got to see that guy break his jaw twice, or somebody broke his jaw twice at the same time? I love how I'm talking like I watched the fight, but I do know he got his jaw broken in. Fucking, that's what you get. Beverage. And Bad Bunny, going back to what he represents for Puerto Rico, what he represents for Latinos in this country, winning album of the year, so well deserved. And, his acceptance speech was so beautiful when he said, the only thing more powerful then Hate Is Love, and he was so visibly emotional. And God, I just fucking love that guy. And so it was very touching, quite honestly. And it's just somebody who you want to see win. Um, but I haven't seen all the performances. I know that Bieber performed shirtless in his gym shorts, and people had an issue with that. Um, I was remembering, some of the past memorable Grammy performances. I always remember the one where Pink was twirling in the air while singing, and then she got water poured on her, and then it hit all the famous people in the audience, and uh, "Glitter in the Air" was the song, and so I don't know. It seemed like a well-earned Grammys weekend. Sabrina Carpenter also performed. Sabrina was nominated for a bunch of awards. She didn't win, but she did win in making gains with Bad Bunny, and also Sabrina Carpenter was on the reboot of the new Muppet Show. The Muppet Show is back, and I grew up with the Muppets. And my brother sent me this great meme that was like it was a tweet where somebody was basically saying that they had been using "Who's your favorite Muppet" as an icebreaker in their work meetings, and that it's so perfect because no matter what somebody answered, everyone nodded in agreement because everyone loves the Muppets. And of course, there was this framing of it was Sabrina and Miss Piggy facing off, but then ultimately becoming pals, and wearing the same outfit, and Miss Piggy pulling rank. And I fucking, I love all the Muppets, but Miss Piggy, man, that's my girl. And so is Sabrina. And so I haven't watched the new Muppet Show yet, but I gotta. And I hope it's not just a one-time special. I hope it's a reg thing, and the Muppets are back to stay because the Muppets are remarkable. I what else? Connor Stories from Heated Rivalry, who triggered my mental collapse of late December and early January, is hosting SNL, continuing this meteoric rise to fame. So well deserved. He's awesome, and his acting is incredible. Like he's you can't reduce this guy to just, oh, he's the hot body from the gay sex show. Like he's tremendously talented. He has wanted this his whole life. He's worked so hard for it. From what I've gleaned from interviews with him, his people have found his YouTube that he made when he was a kid, like dreaming of being an actor. And so this like little boy who's like doing YouTube videos, and there's one where he's like, well, today I'll probably hang out with my friends, and then he's like, just kidding, I don't have any friends. And you could tell he's just this loner gay kid artist, and in the South, like in Texas. And then now he's hosting SNL, and he's one of the biggest stars in the world. And it's just like, I'm very happy for him, and I think he's going to be incredible on SNL because he's super versatile. I said versatile. Whoa, wonder if he's versatile in that way. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention that Jennifer Lawrence and Emma Stone are writing a Miss Piggy movie, and Jennifer Lawrence described it as it's a family movie for gays and women. Yeah, sign me up. Okay. Sydney Sweeney still sucks. She's claiming that she's not a political person. She's a storyteller. Meanwhile, everyone at the Grammys was able to do both. She's such a loser. I hate Sydney Sweeney. Sombr released a new single called Homewrecker. And you guys, I feel like Sombr is like my little brother in my head. Like I was early on Sombr. I was with the Gen Alphas with, hey, who's this Sombr guy? And I'm actually having dinner with my dear, dear friend who works with him after this, and just I called this. This kid is a star, and the new record is great, Homewrecker, and it's another person that you're like excited to root for, and so that's my music pick of the week is the new Sombr. Harry Styles, Aperture. Okay. That's another. I mean, it's so interesting because it's sonically a bit different, but also I feel like Harry Styles has he's carved out such a unique sound that's so himself. I feel like he has such such identity in his music. Um, and I saw a video of Harry Styles, or I was reminded of a video of Harry Styles singing "Man, I Feel Like a Woman" with Shania Twain. It's the one where they're like, he's like really into it, and she puts her hand like all down. He was wearing like his titties were out and his low cut thing, and she put her hands all over him, and I was like, okay, Shania. Like I hate when it's always framed as like oh, like the desperate cougar. Like whenever it's an older woman and a younger guy, it's always framed like, oh, like I bet she really wants him and he's doesn't have any interest. But like in this video, like Shania is like totally owning the moment and like more fierce and fabulous than ever. And Harry is like it's like he looks like he's a teenage boy looking at like the lady just from TV just came out of the TV. Like he's so into it and it's very sexy. And then I was reminded of how great that song is. And if you want to go down a YouTube hole, Shania Twain did the 2019 American Music Awards, and she did a medley of her hits. And the way that the crowd lost their fucking minds when "Man, I Feel Like a Woman" came on, there's just a power in that song, and everyone is like, the crowd shots are absolutely unhinged. And it's one of those situations where you're like, I liked that song before, but then it just goes back to seeing people be so passionate about a song makes the song that much better. It's like going to a comedy show, and if someone's laughing their ass off next to you, you're probably going to start laughing yourself. So Harry's album, Kiss All the Time, Disco Occasionally, is out March 6th, and he's doing a residency in 7 different cities instead of a big world tour. And a lot of people are like mad about that, like, oh, making us come to you. But like, I would imagine for him, it's like, doing a world tour on his level must be so grueling in terms of like you uproot your life for like a year and a half and you're in a different city every fucking day. Like this is probably saving his mental health. So I support Harold on this matter, and perhaps I will attend Harry's residency. And I'm really excited for the new album. Okay. Oh, also, so I was never a Hillary Duff like I'm the right age for Hillary Duff. Like that was my generation. But I was like, she was just there. You know what I mean? Like I was not like a Hillary Duff guy. I never watched Lizzie McGuire. But because she's kind of my age, now she's like having this big pop comeback. And I'm like, get it, girl. Like her new songs mature and roommates are very mature. Like she talks about like watching porn and masturbating because her boyfriend or husband won't like pay attention to her anymore. I'm like, okay, Disney girl gone adult. So listen, from one millennial to another, Hillary Duff, I see you, girl. All right, hey, I gotta bounce. Next week we'll talk about Bad Bunny in the Super Bowl. And until then, you guys stay cool. Refrigerate your peanut M&Ms, and until next week, stay super excited.